one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are well. This is Faith James. This is your vitamin I, right? We haven't been here for a minute, and I wanted to come in and just check in and see how everybody is doing. This is the Brand Momentum Morning Show. And good morning, beautiful Amber. How have you been, my love? We definitely have so much to catch up on. And today I wanted to really just focus us in on the state of your brand, because we're getting into the end of the year. If you can really even understand that, we're getting into the end of the year, and now is a perfect time to take stock of where you are. What did you say you wanted to do in the beginning of the year, and where are you? What are your plans for wrapping up the end of the year strong? What are your plans? What are you trying to do? So that's what I wanted to chat about this morning. I don't know who Facebook user is. Good morning, beautiful. Tell me your name in the comments so I can see who you are as well. Thank you. It's so good to be here. So if I were to ask you to give me one word that would describe the current state of your brand, just don't overthink it. What is... Oh, it's Samar. How beautiful. How are you? There should be a little comment at the video that says, give StreamYard permission to use your name. So then this way, it'll just show your name. See if you see that, Samar. One word that would describe the current state of your brand. Think about that for a bit. And then in the comments, just show your word. What is one word that would describe the current state of your brand as estimated by you, right? So we're just going off of your perception of you, your perception of how you are doing. And one of the reasons that we do this is when we do personal brand development, there are two sort of key areas that you focus on: your perception of you, and then the way others perceive you. So your marketplace perception. And then in between both of those perception is the truth of what your personal brand is. Because sometimes we can think one thing and then we're showing up, we're coming across in a whole other way. And we don't know that. So, right, Samar will know this when we say feedback, right? My experience of you is sometimes it lands and other times it does, because you're thinking, whoa, I wasn't even clear I was showing up that way. And then if more and more people continually give you the same feedback, then you know that there is some morsel of truth within that. So what word, what attribute would you use to ascribe to the state of your brand? Good morning, Marion. How are you, beautiful? So good to see your beautiful face. What word? The state of your brand. an attribute, an adjective, I don't care. Think about it, and what would you use to describe it? It's so important that we have a point of view on ourselves. Like, we can't just be aimlessly wandering through the world. So, Samar says leadership and agility coach, which is what you do, right? Which is what you do. The state of your brand. So this is going to be an assessment of it. So the state of you. So think about when the president gives the State of the Union address. What is the one thing that they universally say all the time? The state of the union is. Is the state of your union good, great, expansive, exciting, failing, a hot mess in the streets? What is the state of your brand? If you were, right, the president, you're the CEO of you're addressing your board of directors, you're telling them, what condition is this brand in? Is it limping along? Is it barely making it? Is it invisible, right? Is it, highly, highly influential? Who is this? Oh, you're hilarious. Don't let me put words in your mouth, but listen, I'm just speaking truth from doing this thing for 25 years, right? So Marion says, it's in its infancy and building. Brilliant. Right? That is the state. Where is it along the journey? So if the journey, the ultimate goal is to be fully expansive, influential, highly visible, famous, whatever it might be, where are you along the path to that journey? Right? So it could be stuck. The state of the brand is stuck. We're circling, we're spiraling. We don't know what we're doing. We're doing the same things, not getting any different results, but we keep doing the same things. Right? That would be a hot mess in the streets. Okay, so Summer, exit the show, when you see it just on your timeline, there should be a copy or two, a sentence that says, I'm going live using StreamYard. Click here to give StreamYard permission to use your name. And then that's how it works. Right? So this is this first step. We get to be in full acknowledgement. We get to be in full acknowledgement because you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. So you don't have to necessarily worry about what the next step is. Sometimes we try to get ahead of ourselves, and you get to just be exactly where you get to be right now, which is, okay, if I am doing a temperature check right now, how would I assess my brand? How would I assess this brand that I've been building, that I've been working on, whether you've just started in, the last year or you've been at this for 5 years? How would I assess it? So one of the things that, most businesses look to is a profit evaluation. So think of it in this way, that a highly, profitable, healthy, vibrant business, right, would be growing, let's say 20% year over year, right? Whether in terms of just total revenue, and then profit margin is a different thing, but let's just use it as total revenue, that you're growing your revenue 20% year over year. If you were the CEO of your business and you were going to the board and you would say, yes, the state of the business is growing. We continue to track at, on average 15% year over year growth in revenues, blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? So imagine you're addressing your board of directors and you're taking the sum total of everything that you have done this year. Wrap it up in one big bow. What is the state of the brand? Right? Oh, Summer, yes, you're back. I see you now. See, there you are. Yay. So, this is the first step we get to do. So, as we're getting into the last quarter of the year, which is going to be such a big opportunity for you to really get focused on your brand, to get above the noise. Because when I say get above the noise, you know what's coming? Somebody tell me what noisy what noisy event is coming as regards marketers and branders and people in business. Hello, my beautiful angel Brenda. How are you, gorgeous? What one big noisy thing is coming very soon in terms of marketing, in terms of branding, in terms of getting your business seen, visible, heard, all of it? Anybody have a guess? Boom. Look at Brenda Swanson. Black Friday is coming. So when Black Friday comes, so does Cyber Monday, right? So that whole season of everybody and their mother is going to be likely going to be putting out and offer a package, something where they're going to say, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, Black Friday special, buy my stuff. The noise, the cacophony is going to be unlike anything you have experienced this year. This is where it starts to get bananas, because then that leads into the holiday season and then even more special everything. So everybody who has anything that you're thinking about doing within that, you want to be able to rise above the noise. And one of the things that helps you rise above the noise is when you build your brand. And when I say build your brand, I mean on the cold, lonely, dark days when there's no jingle bells and there's no old Lo Lang Syne, you're just still at it consistently. So when I train on the 10 C's of branding, consistency is the number one thing you get to latch onto, like your life depends on it. I don't even care what the content is. Like if I'm going to pick, you're going to say to me, Faith, what is the number one C of the 10 C's of branding that you teach? Consistency. Because when you're here today and gone tomorrow, when you are doing scattershot brand development and it looks like a patch quilt work, it doesn't look cohesive, it doesn't look consistent, you're not building a brand. So that when the noise, right, when the, it's like, you know what Black Friday is? it's like when the fair comes to town, right? People that you don't know, you haven't seen, all of a sudden, like your neighborhood is overrun with people parking out all kinds, because the fair is in town. And that's just distraction. You get to be every single day, consistently building your brand. I can't stress this enough. Summer says she needed to hear this today. Listen, God is always on time. So glory. This is the most important thing you can hear me say today. Be the lighthouse. Those of you who follow me know I talk about this lighthouse analogy all the time, and I repeat it all the time because it's so relevant. What does a lighthouse do? A lighthouse sits atop a rock formation, and it has a light, and the light goes round and around and around and around, right? And it doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't matter if it's Yom Kippur or a high holy holiday. It doesn't matter if it's, Easter. It doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter if it's Tuesday night at midnight. It doesn't matter. The lighthouse light is this. Consistently, constantly, always. It doesn't go, you know what? It's been 2 weeks. I've been sending out this signal and not one boat has come this way. So I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it. So I'm not going to send that email this week, whatever. Nobody responded yesterday. So take a break. Be the lighthouse. Be resolved, determined, steadfast, like the lighthouse. The lighthouse has a purpose. The lighthouse is not unclear on what it's meant to do, what its main role is in life. Signal, port ayonder this way, safe harbor this way, lighthouse. It's not confused. It's not worrying about who comes by and sees the light or who doesn't come by, and whether it's, been 3 weeks since a boat came by or 10 months since a ship came through. Doesn't matter. It's just doing what it's created to do. It's just like nature. Universal law, more life. More life. That is the one thing that is coded into nature, that it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Like you think about like the turtles, right? When they make that journey from one continent to the next to get to this particular beach to lay these eggs, cover them up, and then head out. That happens instinctively, DNA coded, universal law, more life. No matter what you have to do, get from that continent to that continent, lay the eggs, so more life. Your hedge, your grass, when your landscape company comes in and they're mowing, the big ride around mowers and the hedge trimmers and the edgers, all of it, and they're cutting everything within an inch of its life. What does the bush say? What does the grass do? DNA code, more life, grow. Your grass doesn't go, oh my God, it's a 1/4 inch. We're going to die. We've never been cut this short. Help. Right? DNA code, activate, more life, and your grass grows. Be like your grass. Be like the bush. Be like nature. More life. So when you are resolved, when you are determined, when you have decided, let me tell you about decided. Decided, the root word icide, decide, D-E-C-I-D-E, right? Means death, icide, homicide, somebody killed somebody. Suicide, somebody killed themselves. Pesticide, somebody killed those pesky pests. Herbicide, somebody killed some weeds. Icide means death. So decide means the death of all other options. The death of any other plan, A, B, C, death. This brand is here for this purpose. This brand will be built. This brand will be seen. This brand will be creating and causing transformation in the world. If you haven't gotten to that point of decision, decided, in leadership, we talk about intention plus action equals results. It's 100% intention, right, Summer? Right, Brenda? It's 100% intention. It's not 50-50. Yeah, I have a little intention. I want to do this brand. Then I put 50% of my action I'm going to create this binder and do. It's 100% intention. So if your intention, your decision that you're doing this thing and can't nobody tell you nothing, if you haven't gotten there, then it's no wonder the state of your brand is whatever you put, right? Somebody put a hot mess in the streets. It's no wonder, because your intention is wishy-washy. Your intention of what it is that you're here to do is wishy-washy, because you probably haven't yet done the passions work that says, what am I absolutely passionate about? What is this thing that I love to do? Because sometimes what happens is we find ourselves, I call in these rollover careers. It was a thing that you were doing in college, you were interning, you got a hookup, you got a job, and then they paid you some good money, and then you ended up just staying there, and that was it. It was never a moment where you said, I'm going to slow down, I'm going to get clear. What is it that I absolutely love to do? What is it that I am here to do? God, what would you have me do? What is my mission, my calling, my assignment? A lot of times the noise, and we just keep going. And you know, with your car, as good as it is, as good mileage as whatever it may get, if at some point you don't slow it down enough to change that oil, what's going to happen? The engine's going to seize and die. Zebra says, so true. I'm still working full-time and side hustling. Honey, come talk to me, because that was how I got started. When I started my branding business in 16, it was my side hustle. I did my first event. I ended, let's say around, I don't know, 1 o'clock, ran home, changed, got my roller bag, hit PBI to get to a flight to go to work that Sunday for a Monday morning meeting. So I know all about side hustle. But here's the thing for me. I was so determined. I was so decided that I get to be the CEO of me, that even while I was still in my corporate role, I knew I had to start working on an exit strategy. I knew where my heart was pulling me. I knew what the fire in my belly, the fire in my heart was saying. And it was just a matter of time, right? So it's really about what are the things in the steps that you need to be putting in place while you're still working, so that when you get to that point of saying, okay, now today we jump, right? You're not freaking out because it's been planned. You've already taken the key steps that you need to do to get into that. So I hear you on that. And if the side hustle brings you joy, you will find the time. A lot of times people say, oh, I'm busy. And we know time and time nerds, and that's just story, right? That's just story. I said to some of my power team members yesterday, because we're getting ready to graduate P3 on the 23rd. And we have to do our video thing. And I said, they were like, oh, this time. I said, what if the life of the one you love the most was at peril if we couldn't find the time? Would you find the time? Of course you would. Of course you would. So we make the time for what we prioritize, and we prioritize the things that we love, the things that move us, the things that drive us. And so you get to spend some quiet time getting clear on, well, what is it that I love? Because sometimes you find yourself in a race and you're like, wait a minute, how did I end up in this damn marathon? I thought I was just doing a 10K. And now all of a sudden I'm running with people from all over, right? You end up in races and you're like, I didn't register for this. You get to take back control of your life. You get to take back control of what it is that your life and your lifestyle gets to look like. This is yours to create. God says, it is my pleasure to give you the kingdom. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Right? Did you hear that? The desires of your heart. So you get to say, here is what I'm desirous of, God. And then you delight yourself in him, and he has promised to give you the desires of your heart. So you have the ability to say who and what and where and how it gets to go down for you. So one of the things that I have always been desirous of is just to just be free. The CEO of me has been in my bones since I can't tell you how long. And if you don't have that somewhere, oh my gosh. So this is my bestie, Brenda, who's also my baby in leadership, gave this to me. Do you see this? Girls just want to be CEO. How would she even know that this would resonate? Right? That this would resonate with me. Girls just, because I talk about being the CEO of me all the time. All the time. I have a program called, CEO Bootcamp. I did a summit, Becoming the CEO of You. It is in every fiber of my being. That is what you get to do with your brand, with the work that you're doing. It's so oozing out of you, it's exuding everywhere you go that the people who are in close proximity feel it, they know it. They are impelled to cause and create more people to come close to you who also are desirous of the same things. But if you're keeping everything in and you're not willing to take chances and you don't want to take a chance, because when I did my summit, right, it was a 1-day summit. It was the first time I'd done a 1-day summit. I didn't know what was, first of all, I didn't even have the offer. But because the content of the CEO of You was so already baked into me, I created the CEO Bootcamp and made that my offer at the end of my summit. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? When what you're here to do permeates every fiber of your being, you can just flip content like that. But when you're in a position or work or something that you really don't love and you're really, really trying so hard to love it, but you can't, but you're trying anyway, magic doesn't happen. You don't get ideas just downloaded to you because it's friction, it's tension. It's like square peg, round hole, or however that saying goes. Do you know what I'm saying to you, my loves? Brenda says, because I love you and you've taught me everything about being CEO of You, best coach ever. I love you, my love. But that's it. That you are always on brand, that you are always communicating about the things that you're doing, that you're sharing. So when I talk about having your strategy for, yes, you might be doing something right now, but your big desire, your intention long-term is to do this. And every day, every week, you're like whittling down a little bit more. You're getting a little bit closer. Nobody said a 20,000 mile march is going to happen quick. But if you're actively on the journey every day, you feel like you're doing something that's getting you closer, then my God, you're winning, right? Just reframe what winning looks like for you. The state of my brand is exciting, right? The state of my brand is joy. The state of my brand is expansive, right? It's impossibility. Like impossibility is the best place to be. Being in possibility. Summer says intention. Yeah. Intention is 100%. It is. Your intention is, Summer, it is 100%. And then the actions come as the actions come. Because Summer, here's what will happen. Once you decide, I am going to be the best, I'm making this up for you, Summer. I'm going to be the best international leadership coach for women. Make it up. Okay. That's the intention. That's the vision, right? From leadership. What's your vision? What are you here to cause and create? I want my name in lights. That song Carrie Underwood sings about, I've been waiting my entire lifetime to see my name in lights. I want to see my name in lights as the best international leadership coach for female executives. Summer, I'm totally making this up. That's here. You don't know how, so it's not going to be right. We're not in mechanics. You don't know how, you don't know where, what it's going to look like, but that for you is the vision. And then you put that on your wall. You put that somewhere where you can see it. You have it in journal entries. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a highly sought after speaker and I'm the best international leadership coach for female executives. And you're walking around your house and you're saying, listen to me, people, prices you're willing to pay is look crazy in your own house, right? You walk around and you affirm that out loud, right? I always talk about, and God said in Genesis, didn't say, and God thought, and God said, let there be light. And God said, like 7 or 8 different times, and God said. So you get to say it out of your mouth. If you have family members and you're worried that if you start to affirm things in your house, they're going to look at you like you're crazy, then you're not willing to pay the price. And if you're not willing to pay the price, you're not in this, like, even though nevertheless energy, which is what you need to succeed. I teach my power group this. I said, when we talk about the prices I'm willing to pay are this. I said, listen, it can't just be a laundry list of stuff. Like it's just a litany. We're running through things and just saying the words, but we're not really feeling it. Prices I'm willing to pay are being judged. Prices I'm willing to pay are not being liked because I am hashtag unbothered. So I absolutely am willing to pay those prices. So when you say those things that prices you're willing to pay, it gives you even more resolve. Because if somebody were to come up to you and say, really, Summer, leadership coach? I mean, Lisa and Lynn already have that down pat. Like, what do you think you're going to bring to the party? What do you have to add? Like, you just barely got through your own leadership. What's your response going to be, Summer? I tell my power team, I said, I want you to just get into method acting, see yourself in the last scene of Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, right? That you are so determined that whether Lisa or Lynn or whomever else, it's like, ain't nobody do leadership the way Summer does leadership because there's only one Summer, and your brand of leadership is going to be so hot, so now, so relevant that people are going to be lining up to come see you. You got to say those things if this is what you're desirous, if that is your vision. Be ready. Good morning, Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, yep, unapologetic. You know, Jacqueline. Be ready to claim it. Remember when Noah went to the people? And what did Noah say? World's coming to an end. I'm going to build this boat and we're going to get 2 of each animals. Get ready. What did they do? They laughed at him. They mocked him. They're like, oh, this crazy old man. Oh my God. Like, what has he been smoking? Right? What did Noah do? Did Noah fall down and have a fit and have a tantrum and call his friends and say, these people here, I'm going to give them the what for? I can't believe they have the nerve. I'm going to right and do the neck roll? No. Noah kept on building the ark. Noah kept clear on his mission, his assignment. He was hashtag unbothered. Okay, so you think I'm crazy and you don't believe. Okay, listen, the boat is going to be big enough for you. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep building because when the time is now, we're going to be going. Okay, so be like Noah. Be like Noah, unbothered. You think I'm crazy? Okay, no worries. I'm going to keep doing me. You do you. Right? Yes, Jacqueline. We have our people. Hey, Ellen says this is speaking. I was thinking, oh, I'm so grateful I've caught this. I need my dose of, I love you, faith, inspiration. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I was in this limbo position. I think I told many, many people, you guys know, I was supposed to have surgery. So I kind of like was tapering down my activity. And then when I did my pre-op blood work, they found out that my blood sugar was 300. They were like, your surgery's canceled. And I'm like, wait, what? 300? And I was like, well, I ate breakfast before I had the labs. She was like, no, ma'am. Breakfast would not bring your blood sugar to 300. So I had to get on a whole new journey of medicine and changing my diet and, working out like I literally have been doing for the past 2 weeks. So I've been walking 5 miles every morning. It's great and loving it. So all is good. My surgery is going to be rescheduled later in the year. So I still have to go take blood work again at the end of this month just to check to make sure so I can get cleared for surgery because the surgeon won't do anything unless my doctor says, yep, now she's managed, she's good, she's clear for surgery. So anyway, long story, but that's kind of why we've been kind of slow on the on the viewing. So yes, Ellen, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so yes, Summer says, I'll affirm I'm an incredible leadership coach. First, I must believe it and stop doubting myself. You're so right. Today, your message was God sent to me. Listen, people, do you see my hair? How it's you talk about a hot mess in the streets. Look at it. No curls, no nothing. Just as I wasn't even going to come, but God was like, do the best you can. And it's 10 o'clock. You get to go. This is the first time I've been on in, gosh, maybe 2 months. But something, and this is what I'm telling you guys, when you stay near the cross, something God was like, just go, look, you know, I don't come on here with no t-shirt, stuff like this, and my hair looking a mess, but it's not about me. This is the thing everybody gets to understand. It's not about me. It's about my message to you. It's about what the work is that you get to do. And so, Summer, when you say this part, and everybody, this is coaching for everyone. First, I must believe it. Bingo, you must enroll yourself. This is what we say in leadership. You must enroll yourself. So if you have a business, a brand, and you are not 100% in alignment with the mission and what it is that you're doing, and you don't believe, right? Because this is where we talk about having kind of like, you know, feeling like you're a fraud because you don't really believe. If you don't believe you, nobody else is going to believe you. Because here's the thing, you have to come with the passion. You have to come with the energy. You have to come with the resolve, like you know that this thing that you're doing, that you're offering is good. It is gold. It is anointed. And you are here to be a servant leader for the people for whom God has assigned to you. Period. If you don't believe that, if you're like putting an offer out and you're like, oh, I don't know, I hope somebody, you're not enrolled in yourself. You are wishy-washy on you. So that energy, because hello, somebody, we are all energy, is transmitting out to the people. And what do I tell you all the time? The people want to buy from confident people. So if you're wishy-washy and you're like, yeah, I'm not really sure, I think so. No, it's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for you. So in this instance, my recommendation, my prescription, doctors in the house, mirror work. When I was in New York and I got I was at McCann Erickson and I was on the Lucent Technologies account. And then when I went to Kirschenbaum and I was on the Liberty Mutual account. So as the account supervisor or account director, you know, your lead role is whatever the work is that gets to be presented to the client, you get to be there. You can't send just like the junior account executive or the account executives, like you get to be front and center for those things. So I remember once it was a massive, big, like competitive analysis that we were going to be presenting to the chief marketing officer for Liberty Mutual. And then, you know, ultimately the board. You know what I did to prepare for the competitive analysis? Mirror work. So let's pretend, I mean, and this was a big deck. It could have been, I don't know, 50, 60 pages, if not. But let's just say this is, so I would, and this is the mirror. We'll pretend now. So I would stand in front of my mirror and I would have the first slide and I would read it. And then I would look in the mirror and I would deliver it to myself. And I would look at the second page and to the point where I knew the numbers. Because guess what? Do you know what's going to happen when the CEO and the chief marketing officer ask you a question? So Faith, what percentage of the ads were based on products versus using their gecko or their flow or their humor icons? Oh, I need to know that. Because guess what? If I'm flubbing and flying at, listen, not saying you're going to know every single question and you're really well done to say, listen, let me get back to you on that. But if every answer you're like pleading the fifth, you don't know. What do you think that does to the agency relationship? What do you think that does for my CEO and the CMO who are like, you're making us look not that smart for hiring you people because you don't know jack? Can't happen. So I did mirror work so that I had the numbers coming out of my mouth, right? I enrolled myself in knowing these things because then I showed up confident. Can't you ask me anything that I don't know? No, because I've been doing this work. Yes. So, yep, Summer says, nerd, stop trying. Look for Summer. You know me from R21. It was the queen of look good, get it right, and make no mistake. And then when I surrendered and just gave that up and say, you know what? We're gonna lose this nerd. We're gonna feed this nerd several bananas and just go messy. Because when you're stopped and trying to be perfect, you're not causing and creating anything because you're still in the lab, like, ooh, I gotta make this thing look just so. Meanwhile, 10 other things have gone ahead of you. So yeah, forget about the style look because when you take it off of you, so this is why I can show up looking like a hot man, don't care. And frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. The reason I can stand in this posture is because I know my mission is about getting the word to the people. It's not, God didn't say, oh yeah, listen, show up on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and make sure you look your best. That was not the mission. Go inspire, go encourage, go motivate my people. That's the mission. So it's not about me. So yeah, when we take the look good stuff off of us and just deliver, that's the key. Because who cares? Do it messy, do it magnificently messy, but just do it. Cause and create. Cause and create. Yes, need to get back to that when I didn't feel worth of relationship and broken, but I need, yes. And if for absolutely, even your gratitude journal team, I'm so happy and grateful that, I have a specific journal just for gratitude statements because sometimes what happens is you're so caught up in the day-to-day stuff that you don't really stop and say, let me see what what good the Lord has done. And until we can pause and say, like for me now, doing 5 miles every morning, it's like a new thing. And I love it. And I prioritize that. And nothing else comes before that. I do my morning affirmation. I do my prayers. I get my stuff ready. And I'm out the door walking. And today I felt so inspired. I did a little run walk, like a little like HIIT training. I'm just so in love with this new way of being. And I'm grateful for that. So I will journal that and say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am doing a 5-mile walk every morning and treating my body, well and eating healthy and clean, all the little teeny tiny things we get to give gratitude for, because the more things that you are grateful for, the more things will come into your life that you can continue to give gratitude for. Nicole. That's like the best quote of the morning. No one is here for your hair. Right? Exactly. Nobody is here for my hair. They're here for a message. And so when I can understand that and get out of my ego and realize that it's not about me, but it's about the gifting and the anointing that's been put in me to not to keep for myself, to give to the people. You're free. When you can do that, you're so free. Be free. Be free. Be free. Summer says you did that today. You inspired me. Oh, I love it. Motivated cause action. Aw. Yeah. Chaka says, I can do that. LOL. I'm all about image. And I was instilled in me from 5. Like I can get my stuff ready within 20 minutes. Yeah, listen, but here's the thing. Look at Oprah. Oprah is a multi-billionaire. Oprah will come, no makeup, her hair is out, poofy and whatever. And guess what? It doesn't matter. So you can absolutely do that. And Jacqueline, you've done that before. I've seen you do a live where you had like a mask on. Listen, guys, I am not saying be like broke down and tore down in the streets. This is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying when you have a message and God says go, and you're like, oh, wait, I need so-and-so. It doesn't matter. This whole teaching right now is about, it's not about you. Get your ego out of the way. Who can you help today? That's it. Right? Of course, cleanliness is next to godliness, right? Do you see? I'm in my Swarovski. My point I'm making to you is I didn't have time to curl my hair. And I was like, do I do my live or do I do it tomorrow? And it's like, no, life is now. Life is now. So we get to just really be in urgency about what it is that we're doing. Let's think about the current state of the brand. What did you set for the beginning of the year? What were you hoping to do? And make sure that we have the goals. I wanted to, I don't have that with me. The Q4 goals, for those of you who are on my email, you would have gotten an email from me about really mapping out what is it that you're intending to do for the last 3 months of the year. So if you got, and I got my the calendar. That's, did you see, for those of you who got my email, do you know the dry erase one? Because normally I have the calendar where you write on it, but then once it's written, it's, it's done. So I got the dry erase one so you can just change over, from year to year. But anyway, my point is this. September is almost done. So October, November, December. So you have those 3 months. Look at them. Do you have any time off? Do you have any vacation planned? Any staycation? If you don't, give some thought to, is there an opportunity to do something like that? Is there an opportunity to, maybe a 1 day, 2 day something? Because we get to be, kind of like relaxed as well. Like, don't always just be in go mode. Take some time. So if you haven't, so look at that. The point of that is before you're doing your planning, you want to put your personal stuff on first. Put your personal stuff on first. Give some thought, like really consider like, are any of your besties having a birthday party that you're going to, go down to, I don't know, Hilton Head or Key West or whatever and spend the week. Give real thought to every single day. Okay, great. I've got all my personal stuff on there, the kid stuff, whatever. Any days off that you need to like lock your calendar down, really think about that. Put the personal stuff on first. Then with the remaining days, you want to really think about, okay, what are some key significant activities that I plan to or already have planned that get to go on the calendar? So remember, we talked about the Black Friday. If your business, your brand, you're doing anything for that, then you want to make sure you note that, Black Friday promotion or whatever it is that you're doing. If you are doing anything around Cyber Monday, right? Same thing. Are you doing a workshop? Are you doing a challenge? Whatever is for you. And I'm, obviously don't have time to get into it for everyone, but whatever big initiative, I'm not saying this is not to put down your daily meetings. Oh, I have a 2:00 call. Oh, this is not this. These are like the big sort of like building blocks of strategic activities that you're doing for your brand. So if you have something that you're doing, like one of my colleagues, I was doing this with her, and she's in health and wellness, and she has a get ready for the dress package that she does every year. So we blocked out, that time. And then, so the reason you want to see what you're doing and when these things are going live in the marketplace is so that you can back up 2 weeks prior to say, okay, if Get Ready for the Dress is launching, I'm making this up now for her. If Get Ready for the Dress is launching Monday, November 8th, that means I need 2 weeks prior for promotion. What is that promotion going to look like? You have a separate workflow that you work those things out, but you don't want to be caught by surprise. You don't want to have a launch or you have a workshop and you don't give yourself enough time for getting the promotions out, right? Get what I'm saying? So then Christmas, Hanukkah, anything that you have going that's specific, put those programs, those workshops. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing, I'm launching the new Sunday branding series. So those are going to be 3-hour workshops that I do on Sundays where we pick a particular topic and you enroll and we actually work on just that one particular thing. So it could be anything from creating your media kit. Like if that's something that I know a lot of people don't have it. And if you're really building a serious brand, you get to have a media kit. Media kit means you've got, your approved bio, approved press photos. You have your short bio, your long format bio. Because how many times, guys, have you either been on somebody's summit or you've been asked to speak at a virtual stage and they've asked you for a bio that's 252 words or 250 words, and you're like, because you only have one format. So then this way, you're not trying to just crank it out on the fly. You've given thoughtful consideration to what would be in my short form bio, what would be in my long form. Those are ready to go, and you just upload it. So those are some of the things that we're going to be doing in the Sunday branding series. But then, so I mapped those out. So I know, okay, the first Sunday series is coming up in October. So that means I need 2 weeks prior to that to get the sales funnel ready, get the marketing out, make sure I have an email scheduled to my list to go, et cetera, et cetera. So you guys get what I'm saying? So be sure that you are clear. You're not just looking on your phone to get a reminder of things that are happening. You really want to be out front with your brand activities. You want to be planning ahead. You want to be taking stock of what it is that you get to do. And then when you're on somebody's podcast or when you're on somebody's stage, you can just be saying, yeah, and in December, I have a so-and-so coming up, because you've already planned for it. You already know. You can talk to it and start to drum up conversations about it that way. So let's see. Karen, hello, beautiful. We've been in business for 14 years and we're just now growing into our vision written 14 years ago. Yeah, that's it. Right? It could be a year, it could be 10 years, it could be 50. The point is, Karen, you have been determined and you have been decided and moving into it, right? Moving into it. If we're always looking for this, like, get rich quick, it's going to happen overnight, I'm going to do this thing and, I'm going to make 10K in 10 days. This is not that. This is not that. This is not this show here. No. You get to be consistent. You get to be clear and you get to be consistent. Those two really go hand in hand. What is it that you are trying to, what is it that you're not even trying? What is it that you are determined to cause and create in the world? What is your vision? What is your mission? What's your purpose? What are you here to do? What are you here to do like nobody else can do? Because why can I say like nobody else can do? Because you are unique. And when you don't acknowledge your uniqueness, when you sit and you see yourself in sameness, you're like, oh, that person there does it better than me did. When you wallow in self-doubt, you are disrespecting God. When you wallow in self-doubt, you are disrespecting God. Because when Moses was being given the big mission, go free the children of Israel, and he tried to come with his stories, Summer and Brenda, you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about victim stories. His stories, his reasons, his excuse. So he, the Pharaoh is too influencer. He's an influencer. I don't know the big words. I stutter. I can't talk to him. He's too much for me. And then what did God ask Moses? What did God ask Moses? He said to Moses, Moses, who made your tongue? Drop the mic. Who made your tongue? That would be me, God Almighty, omnipotent, ever-present, all-knowing, all-seeing creator. So you can't come to me and tell me, oh, you can't deal with the Pharaoh, because guess what? Be still and know that I am God. If I'm sending you, I got you. Somebody hashtag that. If he's sending you, he's got you. So this is why we get quiet and we get really, really connected to what is the deep desire in my heart. Because sometimes we can be off on another race that we didn't enter. God didn't say go run the marathon, but because you see Mary and Jill and Sue and all their little buddies doing marathons, you're like, ooh, I get to go do a marathon too. No, ma'am. God sent you on a 5K. How did you end up in this marathon race? So you get to get connected to what is my mission, not who. Oh, she's doing that. Shoot, I'm not going to be outdone. I'm going to do that too. You're going to lose. What is my mission? What am I here to do? God, what did you ask me to do? God, what would you have me do? Ask him that question. Lord, what would you have me do? Because when we try to compete and we're looking at, then he don't got you. Then he don't got you. So many places in scripture you see when the Israelites were like, oh, we're going to go to war with the Philistines. And nobody went to ask God, are you going to hand the Philistines' head over to us on a platter? They were like, oh, those Philistines. And they just made their own choices and went. 30,000 Israelites did. Oh my God, Lord, why have you forsaken us? How could you do this to us? And then God said, did you ask me? Did you come to me for counsel? Or did you just decide on your own? Today is the day you're going to go deal with the Philistines on your own. Then he don't got you. And because we have free will. So be in counsel. God, what is this thing you would have me do? Make it clear because I'm confused. If you want to say, God, you know what? I don't get it. Open my eyes clear, please. But if he is sending you, he's got you. Yes, that literally was just a download. I've never used this hashtag before, but thank you, God. If he is sending you, he's got you. If he's sending me, he's got me. Wow. Yes, Karen, time for some legacy work. Dream big. You're never too old to win the crown. Absolutely. I love that. Like, it's time for legacy work. So just ask. We don't have all the answers. God's already told us your ways are not my ways and your thoughts are not my thoughts. So we already know that. Ask. Ask for clarity. Ask for breakthroughs in your understanding of what it is that you're here to do. And then once you are on the path of knowing, you may not know the whole plan, right? Martin Luther King tells us, you're not going to see the whole stairways, but if you just take one step at a time, it's going to make itself known. Just keep climbing. Once it's known, you don't get to doubt. You can say, I don't understand. I'm not seeing this. Show me, but you're asking. You're not sitting there going, there's so many people out there doing this thing. Like, how many people have like an organic farm? Then we don't need another organic farm. Did God put organic farm in your heart? Is that the calling? And you think you understand that? Then, ma'am, you get to go do your organic farm. Because if he's sending you, he's got you. It's when we make up stuff just based on ego and we want to compete with other people and, oh, this person's doing a challenge. I'm going to do it. Did he call you to do a challenge? Or you just want to do a challenge because Mary Sue's doing a challenge and she got 5,000 people in her challenge? Did God call you and drop challenge in your heart? Or did he drop weekly workshops for you? But you don't think weekly workshops are sexy enough. You want to do challenges and then you're going to mess up yourself. You're going to be like the Israelites and Philistine. God's just going to let you go. You're going to do all this 10 people in your challenge. That's not what I sent you for. That's not what I sent you for. Oh, happy birthday, beautiful. You're a gorgeous 67. Yes, we get to get clear, ask, and believe, and then create the habits and the actions to receive it. So, my love, we're at the top of the hour. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Next week, I'm going to have a special guest, Kathy Connor, who is with Letter Writer Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, is going to be my special guest. We're going to have like some really, really fun times. Please be here. It's going to be 10 o'clock at the same time. And if you are not clear on anything that you're doing, I want you to ask yourself, what am I confused about? What am I pretending I don't know? Because I'll leave you with this. If there's anything that you're like, I don't know, the Google is your friend. Be a leader, be resourceful, just give it a go, give it a try. The Google is your friend. Oh, I want to know, what are some ways to set up a, automated webinar? I don't know what, just make it up. You can Google that, but don't be stuck. Try different things. Even if it's one little thing you want to try, so you can keep that momentum going. And then when you're ready, you get to ask for support. You get to get support. You get to get a mentor. You get to get a consultant on your business, but don't just be stuck. Don't be stuck, because being stuck is it's excuses. Because we're in the 21st century, we have all the information available to us. If you choose to say, you know what, there's a thing called the internet that's got all kind of answers. I can at least start there. Oh, I can't afford to work with Faith and pay her $50,000. There's a thing called the internet that's free that you can start. So there's no excuse. Don't let that be an excuse of why you're not doing the things that you get to do. So I love you guys so much. Oh, thank you, my love. So next week, tune in for Kathy Connor. I am so excited to host her and have a conversation with her. She's a paralegal private investigator, and you're going to want to hear from her. So in the meantime, jump into the Savvy Branders Tribe. Today is Brand Momentum Monday. We're asking, what are some of the things that you do to keep yourself in momentum? Go there, get engaged. You don't understand how, when you engage with other people, suppose people engage with you. This is one of the key fundamentals of building engagement. You want engagement? Go engage with some other people. So simple. So simple. Thank you, beautiful. So much love coming back your way. I love you. I love you all. Be well. Stay safe. We're still in a pandemic. Let's not forget that. Stay safe, but really get clear on what is it that you want to do for the end of the year. Get your plannings going. Put your big things out there. If you've got questions, you can go to speakwithfaith.com. and get on a brand strategy session. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Be well.
No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.